Dear viewers, today we have with us a very distinguished personality from travel trade. He's from Malaysia, Tourism Malaysia, and he has come all the way from Kuala Lumpur to Dhaka to attend the 17th Dhaka International Tourism Fair, Dhaka Travel Mart. And we have the opportunity to talk to him about the tourism in Malaysia and how Malaysia is flourishing with tourism and various other aspects of tourism in Malaysia. So I'd like to introduce with you Syed Yahya bin Said Othman. He is Senior Director of Tourism Malaysia. Welcome to Dhaka, Mr. Said.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kazi.
It is a great privilege to have you with us, and since this is your first visit, and we really appreciate your active participation in Dhaka Travel Mart. So we would like to discuss with you something about the tourism in Malaysia and in respect to Bangladesh's context as well. So can you please give us a brief outline of tourism, how tourism in Malaysia is getting flourished?
Of course, first I would like to thank you again for inviting me and give me opportunity to talk with you. I think this is the most popular newspaper in Dhaka and in Bangladesh. And back to your question just now, of course, tourism is at one time number 2 in Malaysia for the tourism for the country income, and now become number 4. And of course, tourism give Malaysian economy grow very faster because tourism give more than 3.5 million work to the Malaysian population. So this is the big business to the Malaysian industry, and this is one way for us to communicate with the world.
Okay. As you said, I mean, it was number 2 and now become number 4. Why this downgrade?
Not to say downgrade, because at the same time our manufacturing also getting increase a lot of export in terms of manufacturing, and after the palm oil and petroleum take over because the demand is more. But in terms of income on tourism keep increasing every year.
Okay. So can you please tell us, I mean, we all know that the aviation and tourism industry was hard hit by the recent pandemic for the last 2 years. How hard it has affected the tourism in Malaysia?
This COVID-19 is not only for Malaysia. this COVID-19 effect for the whole world.
Right.
But in terms of tourism, COVID, the impact on tourism is the fastest one. Number 1 effect because of COVID is tourism. But the last one recover is also tourism. We can see that because of tourism, a lot of people lost job, especially in terms of transportation business, airlines, train, and so on, and also cruise. And after that, the accommodation industry, and followed by product owner, they lost a lot of job, and this is give very big impact. And we are very lucky because the government look this one seriously. They come back in a strong way this time.
What kind of a damage? I mean, did you quantify the damage done by COVID in your tourism on your tourism industry?
Of course, I think more than 100 big hotel and small hotel closed down during the COVID. People lost job. The restaurant, hotel, they lost job. People don't have work to do, and of course airline business also, because the airport also closed for 2 years. This is not one month, 2 years.
2 years.
So this is a big business, and food industry also impact, and the impact is also go to everybody. So because of that, I think this is very serious, and these people suffer a lot. But now for the recovery plan, the government give to the industry insurance and grant in terms of cash money, and also in terms of other support to make sure this business come back in the stronger way.
I mean, when you say that cash incentive, I mean, incentive for the only tourism industry or all allied industries? I mean, like.
Okay, now we talk about the tourism industry. They have two ways. One, we give to the industry, Another one we give to the people directly.
Okay.
To the industry, for example, now we give straight to the product owner. For the hotel, especially hotel 3-star and below, we give funding to them to reconstruct the hotel facilities,
Okay.
the homestay facilities. They give funding about 15% to 20%. For the airlines, for the LRT train, we give them voucher to support their business. In the other industry, we give them a grant and support in terms of cash money.
Okay.
So for them to do again their business.
Recover their business.
Because just now the sound interrupt me. And this voucher, for example, now hotel. If the hotel price is 500 ringgit, so the government will give to the people 150 ringgit. That means we only pay to the hotel 350.
Okay.
So the another 150 paid by the government. Same thing goes to the airlines. So the airlines, if the ticket is 1,000, so we will give some portion of amount for the people can reclaim back.
Okay.
To the shopping also the same thing. You buy shopping, the cost is, for example, more than 100 ringgit, you can get the voucher with certain amount. This one to encourage people to spend.
Okay. So it's like a kind of a cash return. I mean, cashback system.
Cashback. And in other way around, we know that one way to create the tourism hemisphere, we have to create a lot of event. So every organizer who organize event that can stimulate the tourism activities, we give them support from 500,000 ringgit to 1 million ringgit. So according to what kind of event. So if international event, we give until 1 million. For the domestic, 500,000. So this is a big impact for the tourism industry. And we stress to domestic tourism first.
Oh, this is only for the Malaysian nationals or outsiders as well?
No, everybody.
Everybody. Okay.
Everybody, as far as they organize the event in Malaysia.
Okay. So anybody going to Malaysia, staying in a hotel, paying say 1,000 ringgit. So the
No, they want for the domestic. I mean for the event.
Okay, for the event.
You want to organize big event in Malaysia. You want to bring, maybe, for example, like a celebrity footballer to play in Malaysia. We give you this incentive.
Okay, so this is only for events if you are organizing, but not for individual.
For the individual, like now, if Malaysia or expatriate, any foreigner who live in Malaysia, they want to stay in the hotel, we give them discount.
Okay.
The government take the portion.
Okay. Can you tell us, I mean, what kind of an amount that you are spending on this kind of rehabilitation program?
I think this one very big. For the event, 50 million ringgit. For the voucher, about another 20 million. So total more than, I think, almost close to 100 million.
100 million.
For this year. So we hope we can extend until next year.
Okay. Okay. So this is a kind of a one-time giveaway to the stakeholders, or they pay back later on?
No, this is one time. One
time. I mean, this is a grant, sort of a grant.
Grant.
Okay. And that's good. Very good initiative.
That's part of it. And at the same time, now the government is very active. Do the advertising. We support the advertising to these people. I mean, to the industry. We also organize a lot of roadshow now overseas. We support this industry. If they follow our roadshow, we will pay them half of the hotel, half of the airline ticket.
Okay.
For like now, if you can see Malaysia come and participate in this event, half of their expenses will pay by the government.
By the government. Yes. Okay, that's great.
As far as they give to us the genuine receipt.
Okay. No, that's fine. What is the strongest market, I mean, in terms of tourist arrivals?
Against, because Malaysian, we share borders with 5 other countries. We share with Thailand, with Singapore, with Indonesia, with Brunei, and with Philippines. So, but the Singapore and Thailand, they can come to Malaysia by road. That's why this is the most important.
Right.
And secondly, the short haul. Now we are looking for the short haul. So like Vietnam and short haul, we calculate more less than 8 hours fly to Malaysia in the short haul. But India and Bangladesh, this is important. But like Hong Kong, China, they are important for us, but they are still not open their market for their people to go to overseas. Still have restriction. Even they open, but only for the businessmen, but not to the people here. So that means we are focused to the country that open to Malaysia, like Bangladesh, India, Singapore, Indonesia, and soon we will go back to Korea and Thailand.
Okay. So how important is Bangladesh market for you? I mean, what kind of importance that you put on Bangladesh?
Everybody are important as far as because our objective was to get as many as tourists, second quality tourists, and after that of course tourism. You know the same. We want them to spend in our country,
right?
But we must give good quality and good service.
Of course.
So we cannot just come and after that they don't come again, because we also looking for the repeat tourists.
True.
So due to that, Bangladesh is very important, because at one time we realized that 204,000 Bangladesh come to Malaysia.
Okay.
This is very big, and length of stay, they will stay in Malaysia about 6-9. So this is important, and we know that they also shopping a lot. This means we look Bangladesh is very important for tourism, for the tourism industry.
I mean, you said 204,000 arrivals from Bangladesh. I mean, what kind of arrival you are expecting this year, 2022?
2022, we don't focus from each country.
Okay.
We will start next year, but this year we put from zero, because 2020 and 2021 almost zero.
Right.
Only 90% come to Malaysia. Not come, drop 90% drop. Only 10%. They want also from Singapore and Thailand, the border. So from that, I expect at least if we can get 8% to 10% this year compared to 2019, is good enough.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Tell me about, because you are putting a lot of emphasis on medical tourism as well.
Yeah.
How good is your medical system in Malaysia?
As far as you see, I'm healthy now. That means Malaysia hospital is very good. So of course we have too many. Most of our doctors are study beside the local university. They also study in overseas.
Right.
So most of them they study in United Kingdom, USA, and some of them they study in Singapore. That's mean these doctors all very qualified doctor, and our hospital all using the very good equipment. And this equipment all come from Germany, from US. That means these facilities also very good. So, and a lot of hospital in Malaysia. That's why we feel and we believe that our hospital are good. And we receive a lot of foreign tourists come to Malaysia for the medical hospital. That's why the government form a special department just to look after this Malaysia healthcare tourism department.
Okay.
So to promote this hospital.
Is it under Tourism Malaysia or separate?
They are separately.
Okay.
But the promotion part they leave to us to help them.
Okay, good. So how expensive is healthcare in Malaysia for Bangladeshis? I mean, if we compare, because in Bangladesh, Thailand, Singapore is very popular medical tourism. So how about your destination? I mean,
okay, like I'm not very sure about the compared to other country, but still cheap, because to do the heart surgery, open heart surgery, for example, in Malaysia cost about 50 to 70,000 ringgit. Two type of medical in Malaysia. One, they come for the health reason, they want to cure their sickness, Second one, that's for the screening. Just to do the test, because the test in Malaysia, they want are really very cheap. For example, I want to do full checkup. Full checkup less than 1,000 ringgit.
Okay.
Only 300 ringgit for to check normal test. A lot of Indonesian come to Malaysia because of that. Indonesian and if Brunei, they come to Malaysia for that reason. Still very cheap, and our nurses are all well trained.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So, I mean, now if Bangladeshis are traveling to Malaysia, I mean, is it open for them to visit any part of Malaysia, or there is still
Any part of Malaysia. They are any part of Malaysia.
there's no restriction,
No restriction.
no more?
No.
I mean, only thing is that they have to be vaccinated, that's it.
Even no vaccinated also can enter Malaysia, as
But-
far as 5 days quarantine at home only.
Okay, okay. Home quarantine.
Now, home or hotel doesn't matter.
Okay, okay, I understand, yeah. Right, yep. And last but not the least, I mean, we used to know that Malaysia was allowing Bangladeshis online visa applications, but I think that's not been continuing now. I mean, is there any special reason for that, or?
No, this one about the visa, because this is under immigration, but this is only temporary because they want to try to overcome certain maybe matters. But at this moment, they apply to Bangladesh 5 days visa, 5 working days to get the visa, with a very small amount, only 30 ringgit, very cheap. But we believe that after COVID-19 back to the normal, we will study a lot of this old procedure to make things getting better and better.
Right. But as you said, I mean, 30 ringgit visa fee, but it's not in actually 30 ringgit, because we know, I mean,
The agent fee, is it?
yeah, agent fee and other, so it is quite expensive visa Malaysia nowadays.
Because the agent fee is not fixed by us only, but also by here.
Yeah, but that is deterring your tourist arrivals now. In compared to Thailand or Singapore, you are now the most expensive visa fee you're charging. I mean, people doesn't consider whether it is embassy fee or agent fee or whatever. But I mean, when they are paying from their pocket. So that is coming to their expenditure. So I would request you to look into it. I mean, because Singapore, they have also agency. Thailand, they have agencies as well, but their charges are almost 50% than what
Less
you.
than Malaysia.
Yeah, less than Malaysia.
So we have to look again this issue. But I realize that they will study time to time, especially starting from next year, how to overcome this issue.
Right. I mean, this is one thing I think that is deterring your growth of tourist arrivals from Bangladesh.
Because before this also applied to the Indian when we stopped the online, but starting from next month we open to the Indian, and soon will follow by other country, including maybe Bangladesh.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah. Speak a few words on our Dhaka Travel Mart, your experience.
Of course, in terms of this, what we can see here, the hemisphere, we are almost the same. So we are very friendly people. You have your own product to sell, Malaysia have own product to sell, but we can share each other. Not only in terms of B2B, we can share our knowledge. So we learn a lot from you also. You also have learned from a lot from us, and I believe that if we work closely, we can get a better tourists, not only from Bangladesh to Malaysia, but Malaysia to Bangladesh.
Right.
Because this one can become the platform, the hub. From here, easy to go to Calcutta, to India, or to Rangoon. So let our agent become more creative.
Right.
We must have more discussion and more meeting to get a better understanding on the tourism industry. Not very far, only 4 hours. And for the Bangladesh, if you want to go to Australia or go to Japan, make it Malaysia as a transit point for a few days. Because now the recent trend, a lot of tourists, they like to go to more than one country for one shot.
Right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for your kind words. And